All right, welcome back. We continue live right here in Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompeani and Paul Zeise with you at 412-575-2600. Lots of tweets, so I'll read some of them. Jason Albert says, Sullivan and Tomlin get contract extensions based on result. Hurdle gets one because ownership accepts mediocrity, and that is the lion's share of what we've seen, a lot of those sort of reactions. And quite frankly, that's the reaction a lot of people feel because the results haven't been there yet. If that's acceptable, then you move on with the same group. I like Clint Hurdle a lot. I think he knows a lot about baseball, and he's a good face for this franchise. But I also think that it goes above him, and I'm going to always stick to that. We'll find out what people think here. Let's go to the lines. Doc in Berlin. What's up, Doc? How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing? I just wondered if you or Paul knew where I could get one of those new Parrot sweatshirts that says "Spend nothing, win nothing." I think it would be a good giveaway for the Parrot game.
So you're not on with the ownership either?
No, not at all.
Thanks very much. Let's go to Rick and Elizabeth. Rick, how you doing?
Good, guys. How you doing tonight?
What's up?
I just think this Hurdle thing is, the price is right with him. He's bought into the company line, with the higher-ups, and, he's not going to create any waves. And it goes back. It's frustrating. It's all about money, period, end of story. And then one real quick on the Penn State. Mm-hmm. I think Penn State wins by 3 touchdowns at least.
That's pretty much what the line is. Paul, your take on that game, because, last year Pitt was being counted out again, and they went out and they won that game, and they cost Penn State likely a spot in the college football playoff. I think this is a different situation. They're loaded up there. They know it. They're going to play well, but I still think there's a part of me that thinks Pitt will find a way to make this somewhat competitive, at least to the point where they can cover that point spread. That's a moral win, I know, but so what?
Yeah, I mean, it's 20, what is it, 20 and a half? I think the biggest thing is Pitt looked to me on Saturday like a team that really had a bunch of guys that haven't played a whole lot of football yet or hadn't played, really they were making their first starts and whatnot, and you could see there was just a lot of confusion, a lot of mistakes that were made. A lot of that stuff is easily cleaned up, so I don't know that they're going to play as bad or as poorly as they did on Saturday, but the flip side of it is they're playing a much, much different animal in Penn State. Now, the one thing I will say is last year, if you remember, Penn State wasn't very good the first 4 weeks because they had all the young guys. Right. They had a bunch of people trying to figure it out. So, they lost to Pitt. They almost lost their first game. I forget who it was. And then they got smashed by Michigan. And then all of a sudden, they figured it out and took off. So it's going to take Pitt a few weeks. The problem is the next couple of weeks they're going to be playing against
they have
top 10 teams.
Georgia Tech coming up here pretty soon, too, and they're in action tonight beating Tennessee, which is a ranked team.
Tennessee just scored.
21-7, now 21-14. But still, they look pretty good in time of possession. A lot more tweets coming in. We have this one here from Buckaroo who says, Nutting is playing the city as fools. All right. That's a lot of people believe that's the way it is right now. He's the owner. He has what he has. He's going to make money. Again, my biggest issue with all of this is that baseball permits this to go on, and it allows teams like the Pirates and many others who find themselves in the, quote, small market, which is something comes when you have no salary cap. There is no floor. There's no ceiling. They can do whatever they want, Paul. And when you give an ownership a right to do that, you shouldn't expect anything more than they're doing, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's not just that. I mean, the money difference between the Dodgers of the world and the Pirates is a lot. But, what we've seen the last few years is those teams can still compete. We've seen that.
You know what? Every now and then you're going to get one team, and everybody will go to Kansas City.
What I'm saying
is, my point is, every year that goes in, do you want a system whereby everyone says, you don't really have a chance during the course of the regular season to compete with the Dodgers or the Red Sox?
There's a lot of teams that are in that situation, even teams with money. I mean, I think the bottom line is
you can misspend money. Teams that misspend money have no other money.
But that's the point, though. My point is, if you do things the right way and you're the Pirates or the Royals, okay, you can't have 8 or 9 years in a row of sustained success, but you can have those windows where you have 3 or 4 really good years, like the Pirates did.
Is that a good system?
I don't have a problem with it. I don't. Obviously, the small market teams don't have a problem with it because they keep voting.
They keep voting because they keep getting money. They
keep getting more and more money. So if there was a salary, cap, there'd have to be a salary floor too.
And there should be. Why wouldn't there be? You should be able to spend. You should be forced to spend. Let's go to Jim and Shaler. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, two things I see this team doing for next year. Either it's going to be the exact same team, maybe 2 or 3 different bullpen guys. And you're going to have Kang on the team next year. So it'll be maybe about the same team as this year, maybe a little bit better hitting. Or if they trade Cole and McCutchen, they're going to be super bad, and it's going to go really downhill over the next couple of years because they talk up the farm system. The farm system, I don't think, is that good the way people talk it up. Every time a player comes up here, they don't do anything. The last player that came up here was Bell this year, but besides that, these other guys, they talk him up, and who's the outfielder? He's hurt.
It might be a bit oversold, you know, that way, but they do have talent down there, and I think we saw, like, Chad Kuhl has shown you something. Today it was good to see him go 7 shutout innings. He's had a problem getting by that 5th inning with a big pitch count. Trevor Williams has been, to me, somewhat of a surprise here this year. They need more of that, Paul.
Yeah.
And
tomorrow night they've
got
got
now to be what he's supposed to be.
Tomorrow night they've got Steven Brault, right, going, and so they've got a lot of things going for them. But again, if you take McCutchen and Garrett Cole out of the equation, I have a hard time believing they're going to be much better than they are this year.
No. So again, you go into next year with pretty much the same outlook. We have this from Golden Rue on Twitter. Says, I'm a Penn State fan, but I think this is going to be closer than people think. Interesting. I tend to agree with that. I don't think Penn State will lose, but I think it may be a little closer than what people think. We're going to take a break. We got more coming up. It's 412-575-2600. We're right here live on Pittsburgh CW.